There was a time when the line was clear. Celebrities were distant icons. They were untouchable figures adored from afar, and fans were just fans, cheering them from the sidelines with no hope of ever being part of their world. But then came the internet. Social media didn't just shrink the distance between us, it erased it. Today, a comment can lead to a conversation. A fan can become a creator, and a creator can feel like a friend. But here's the question. If the line between fan and creator has blurred so much, does it even exist anymore? And if not, what does that mean for how we navigate relationships in the digital age? This is the story of parasocial relationships and how they've evolved from admiration to intimacy and everything in between. Let's start at the beginning, the concept of parasocial relationships. In 1956, psychologists Donald Horton and Richard Wohl introduced the idea to describe the one-sided bonds that audiences formed with media figures, particularly on TV. This was a time when viewers could recognize their favorite actors, news anchors, or talk show hosts as familiar faces, even though they had never met them. But back then, these relationships were limited by technology. Television, radio, and print media didn't allow for real-time interactions. Celebrities were distant figures, carefully managed by studios and publicists, and fans had little hope of bridging that gap. The parasocial bond was strong, but it was also static. Now, compare that to today, when you can like an influencer's posts, leave a comment, and even get a direct reply. Social media has completely transformed parasocial relationships by making them interactive, or at least feel that way.
But we are delivering what the people want, and it is just Brooke and I again today, hashing the discrepancies of our life in the pop culture world.
You want to do the intro?
Me?
You want to say what up, Chad?
Sure. All right. What up, Chillsters?
What's up, guys? It's currently October 4th, 2015.
Hey guys, what is up? I am signing headshots for this month's Patreon.
Horton and Wohl likely never imagined a world where audiences could feel not just like they knew media figures, but like they were actively part of their lives. This shift has created a new kind of intimacy, one that blurs the boundary between admirer and participant. To understand why today's parasocial relationships feel so much more personal, we need to talk about space. In the 1960s, anthropologist Edward T. Hall developed the concept of proxemics, the study of how humans perceive and use personal space. Hall categorized these zones into four main types: public, social, personal, and intimate. For decades, media operated in the public and social zones. Celebrities existed in distant stages, in glossy magazines, or on TV screens, far removed from their audiences. But with the rise of social media, the boundaries of these zones collapsed. Researchers later coined the term Paraproxemics to describe how creators use digital space to mimic intimacy. When a creator looks directly into the camera, speaks in a casual tone, and films from their bedroom, it feels like you're in their personal space. And when the camera gets up close, filling the frame with their face, it creates the illusion of intimacy, like they're right there with you. This spatial intimacy is incredible, effective at drawing viewers in, making them feel like they're part of the creator's inner circle. But while this connection feels real, it's almost always curated. Even the most authentic moments are carefully chosen to maintain the creator's brand and engage their audience. This brings us to the rise of the relatable creator. Unlike traditional celebrities, who are often seen as larger-than-life figures, today's influencers thrive on being seen as just like us. They share snippets of their everyday lives, from unfiltered day-in-the-life videos to personal confessions about mental health or relationships. Take TikTok, for example. Creators on this platform often build their following by responding to comments, creating duets, and even directly addressing individual fans. This accessibility makes followers feel like they have a personal connection with the creator, a dynamic that's both powerful and precarious. However, this dynamic can blur the line between fan and friend. Are you just another follower, or are you part of the creator's life in a meaningful way? And for creators, it raises another question. How much of this connection is genuine, and how much is it a performance designed to keep audiences engaged? One of the most fascinating shifts in digital culture is the fan to creator pipeline. Social media has democratized fame, giving fans the tool to become creators themselves. It's no longer unusual to see someone go from making fan edits to building their own platform, and sometimes even collaborating with the celebrities they once admired. For example, Charli D'Amelio was just a regular teen before she started posting dancing videos. Now, she's not only a global star, but also someone who interacts with other A-list creators. This evolution challenges the traditional hierarchy between fans and creators. It's no longer a one-way street. Fans and creators are often peers, sharing the same digital stage. But this new closeness comes at a cost. For creators, the pressure to maintain the illusion of intimacy can be exhausting. Many feel compelled to overshare or respond to every comment to keep their audience engaged. And when they inevitably draw boundaries, fans can feel betrayed. On the flip side, fans sometimes overstep, mistaking the illusion of friendships for the real thing. This can lead to entitlement, harassment, and even stalking. The monetization of these relationships further complicates matters. Platforms like Patreon, Cameo, and OnlyFans allow fans to pay for closer access, blurring the lines between connection and transaction. So you might be thinking, what does this mean for digital culture? It means that relationships between fans and creators is more complicated now than ever. The accessibility of social media has made these connections feel more personal, but it also has created a paradox. We feel closer than ever, yet the relationship is still mediated by algorithms, branding, and performance. As the lines between fan and creator continue to blur, we're left to navigate a world where admiration and friendship are often indistinguishable. It's a new kind of intimacy, one that's both exciting and fraught with challenges. Once, fans stood in the shadows while creators basked in the spotlight. Now they're sharing the same stage, sometimes even trading places. But this new proximity comes with its own set of challenges. Fans feel closer than ever, but creators are often overwhelmed by the weight of that closeness. So, as the lines blur between admiration and intimacy, between followers and friends, we're left with one question. How do we balance connection with boundaries in a world where access is endless and intimacy is a commodity? The truth is, the line between fan and creator may never be clear again. But maybe that's not the point. Maybe what matters most is how we navigate this new terrain with curiosity and compassion, and a little more awareness of what is real and what is not.